Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rina Mayanti and my last number is 80. Today I'm going to be talking about student and teachers' perception on online learning in junior high school. I have divided my presentation into 5 points such as introduction, theoretical framework, research methodology, result and discussion, and the last one is conclusion. Without any further ado, let's move on to introduction. A research background. Education is an important aspect of life supported with everyone around the world is competing to get a better education. This is supported by the existence of COVID-19 in the world. Therefore, the Indonesian Minister of Education and Culture set a new policy called online learning until the pandemic is over. B. Research question. The research is intended to find out the answer of the following research question. First, what is the student and teachers' perception on online learning? Second, what is the benefit of problem-based learning on online learning? C. Aims of research. Based on the research formulated above, the recent study aimed to investigate first, the information of students and teachers' perception on online learning and the effectiveness of using LMS. Second, the information whether problem-based learning is effective on online learning or Islam and knowledge. Now let's take a look about theoretical framework. There are 3 points such as online learning, problem-based learning, and the last one is Islam perspective about knowledge. Now let's talk about online learning. Online learning is a learning process that uses technology to communicate between teacher and students, so both of them must online at the same time by using Zoom or Google Meet. It is called synchronous learning, or they will do asynchronous learning, means that there is no real-time meeting. Second, problem-based learning. Problem-based learning is one of the kinds of learning method that requires students to be critical thinkers. It is because problem-based learning provides several problems based on real life. Third, Islam perspective about knowledge. Moreover, if human who is knowledgeable will become a wise person because they know the limits and how to behave in front of people. In the same way, the term is related to the Quran and Islam, which teaches us to become a wise to get the wisdom. Salam 2013. Now, let's move on to research methodology. There are 4 points such as method, participants, instrument, and data analysis. Method, I use qualitative method. For the participant were 5 students, an English teacher of junior high school in Pemalang. Then, for the instruments, I use semi-structured interview, and the last point is data analysis. I use inductive method of analyzing interview, especially a narrative analysis. For the next slide, it is about result and discussion. The teacher said offline class is easier than online since the teacher can monitor the students directly. However, the teacher explained that makes a lesson plan of online learning is much easier since the teacher can readjust the basic competencies or KD due to the time constraints. In the same way, from students' perception, they agree that offline class is easier than online. It is because sometimes there will be a teacher who only gives them a bunch of assignment without giving an explanation. In the same way, when the students didn't understand about the material, they much prefer to ask their classmate rather than the teacher. Now I will conclude my presentation. In conclusion, both of students and teachers choose offline class than online. It is because students will be more active and the teacher can monitor the students directly. However, since the current condition or situation is not safe enough, so they change the learning process into online. In addition, they use WhatsApp group, Google Meet, and Google Classroom to communicate. Then it is hard to apply problem-based learning in online than offline. The students said that their teacher always remind them to be obedient servants and apply the material on their life by helping people around them. So that's all from me. I sincerely appreciate about your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.